Hello everyone and welcome back to the Highlands Fishing DLC here in the Farming Simulator 25. So as you can see, I am continuing in August and we will be harvesting our onions in this episode, and I'm kind of forced to harvest the onions within this month because I kind of seen the future. Well, when I decided to move to the next month, I don't know why, but all my onions got withered, or you can say my onion field got withered, and I don't know how it is possible, but it is what it is. I'm gonna show you while we harvest the onions today within the August itself. I'm gonna leave a very small part of that field unharvested, and you'll see once we move to the September after we are finished with the onion harvesting work, that small part will be withered. So here we are at the shop, and I will now lease the machines to start with the harvesting work on our onion field. So into the menu, and we will be leasing two equipments. One will be this one, and this tool will be used to cut off the tops of the onions and it will drop them on the ground, and this machine will then pick them and clean all the onions. So let's lease this first. We won't be needing the light, so it is going to cost me almost 3500 pounds. As for the rear attachment, it will cost me almost 1800 pounds. So there we go. Let's quickly attach both these machines to our tractor. I will be using the New Holland tractor itself for the harvesting work, and since we are left with very less time in this month, that's why I have decreased the time rate to not 5, and I will try to finish all of the harvesting work within this episode itself. I won't be collecting the onions because I don't think the rain is gonna affect the harvested onions that will be lying on the ground itself. And instead, I will be picking them within the month in which we can sell the onions for the best price, which I think will be either in November or maybe in December. So let's quickly head towards our onion field, and I'm gonna start with the harvesting work. And since I've already done two contracts in this month that we did in our previous two episodes, so I won't be doing any more contracts, and we also have nothing else to do. So my priority will be to finish the harvesting work in our onion field within this episode, which I think can be done in at least 2 or 3 time lapses. So we will see how the things goes. There is our onion field. So here is the entry to our onion field. Let's quickly open the gates first. Let's reverse a bit because the gates will be opening in this direction. There we go. Let's get inside the field, and we're gonna now start with the harvesting work from this side itself. So let's turn on the machines. There we go, both the machines have turned on. I will also turn on the steering assist because it's quite a big field, you can see, and we will be doing 4 headlands or maybe 5. We are gonna decide it during the harvesting work itself. There we go, there are the lines. And if we look into the harvesting menu, or you can say the crop calendar, you can see we can surely harvest the onions in the September itself. But as I've already told, once I moved to the September, I don't know why, but all my onions got withered. So I will be showing that to you once we are done with the harvesting work. As for selling the onions, the best prices will be in December. So till then, the onions can stay on the ground itself. So Without wasting any time, let's turn on the steering assist. There we go. And let's put down both the machines onto the ground. But what I will have to do is I have to, I think, align our rear attachment, and the mode will be in the middle for now. I might change it. So let's start with the harvesting work. There we go. You can see the front attachment is dropping the onions and the rear attachment is cleaning them and dropping them on the ground itself. So it's a nice way of harvesting the onions. This is the first time I'm harvesting the onions. There they are. So we're gonna start with our first time lapse very soon now. And I will try to cover as much part of the field as I can. And since the speed limit is 6 miles an hour, so I can surely increase the speed of my time lapse. So let's continue with it, and I will see you guys after some time. Well, as you can see, I am continuing with the onion harvesting work in our field number 23, and I have been harvesting this field for about 25 minutes now, and till now you can see I have covered, I think, almost about 30% of the field, so still long a way to go. I think we will be doing at least two more time lapses in order to finish all of the harvesting work, which I'll surely be finishing within this episode because I don't want to carry on the harvesting work in this month for another episode. And all of these onions are gonna stay within this field till their prices are at their best, and we'll start collecting them in December itself, and then only we'll be selling them. So what I will now do is I will quickly finish this small area which is left on this side of the field, and after that I will be continuing with the remaining of the field for our next time lapse. So I will be jump cutting this small part, and I will see you in just a second. So there we go. You can see I am done with this part of the field, and we can now continue from this side of our field. And if you look at the time, it is right about 3:45 p.m. in the afternoon. I have down the time till not 5 as I already told, so that we can finish the harvesting work before it gets pretty dark. So there we go. I will be continuing with the harvesting work from this side of the field now, and I will try to cover as much part of the field as I can in our second time lapse. So let's begin with it, and once again I will see you guys after some time. Well, as you can see, I am continuing with the onion harvesting work in our field, and this time I have surely managed to cover majority of the field. As you can see, I think we are now left with only about 20% of the field, which I will be covering in our final time lapse. And from now on, you can see I am converting two rows of onion into one. It's a shame that I didn't do it from the beginning, and I will now have to be doing a lot of carding work, but it won't matter. At least we are almost done with the harvesting work, or else it would have been a disaster had I switched to the next month and saved my game. Well, technically, I should be doing this work in September, but it's not my fault that the game decided to wither my field. I don't know why it is happening. I'm be showing you guys that very soon, because soon we will be finished with the harvesting work, and I'm pretty sure that we will be making a decent profit once we start selling all of our onions. However, I will have to invest quite a bit in carting them and take them to the sell point, because I will be using some bigger machines to collect all the onions from the ground and drop them in our trailer, for which I should be using this machine. We can collect the onions from the ground using this machine and then drop them into our trailer. And this machine will cost me almost 27,000 pounds for leasing. However, I can also do this work by leasing a bigger wheel loader. Let's have a look into the wheel loader category. I think they are somewhere right here. Yep, there they are. So if I go with the biggest one, it will cost me just over 15,000 pounds to lease it. And for its bucket, the biggest one is this one, which has a capacity of 10,000 liters. There should be somewhere where the biggest bucket, I will quickly show you, because I'm pretty sure that biggest one has a capacity of 10,000 liters. Let's quickly turn around with our tractor and the harvesting tools. I'm pretty sure that I have used them for over an hour, so I will be paying some extra money, or you can say extra leasing cost. So the bucket that I will be leasing will be this one. You can see it has a capacity of 10,000 liters, and it is gonna cost me just over 1100 pounds. So using the wheel loader will be a cheaper but unrealistic option, and going with a bigger machine will be expensive and a realistic methods. So we will see what I will be using in order to collect all of these onions in the coming time that we will be doing in December. Hopefully the weather won't have an impact on our onions, which will be lying in the field till I think December. So time for our final time lapse. I will be finishing off the harvesting work in our this time lapse, and once it will be done, I will be calling it a day. But before then, I will leave a very small part of the field unharvested. We will move to the next month, and I will show you that the crops will surely wither once we move to September. So let's continue with our final time lapse, and I will see you guys once I am finished with the harvesting work. Well, as you can see, finally, this long harvesting month is almost coming to an end because we are almost finished with the harvesting work in our onion field as well. So it took me, I think, over 1.5 hours to finish all of the harvesting work in this entire field. So this might well be the final time that I have done the onion harvesting. I won't be doing any more of onions, at least not in this series, because it does take quite some time, and also the machines that we get for planting and even for harvesting are quite small. So at least we have tried the new crop, which is a good thing, and it is now better to move on with other work because we'll also have to start with the castle construction work that I'm thinking to start in the coming winters within this season. I will be purchasing the sawmill. We have money for it, and we're gonna start cutting the trees. We will deliver them to the sawmill, and we will be getting the required products for starting our construction work of the castle. And I'll also be purchasing the quarry because we will be needing different types of stones. So we'll see how the things goes. So there you can see we are done with the harvesting work. Let's turn off both the equipments as well as the tractor. And as for the small part of the field that I was talking about, I have left a small patch at this side of the field right here. I will show it to you guys. So I've left this patch right here, you can see. And what I will now do is I will quickly return the leased vehicles. There they are. Let's return them. There we go. So I will now save the progress. There we go. And straight away, I will jump on the safe house and we're gonna move to the next month. Here we are. So we will now move to the next month. There we go. You can see we have now entered the September. And before jumping to the field, I will show you that it still says that we can harvest the onions in September as well. But if I will jump on the field, and once again I will move to that side of the field where I have left that small patch, you will see that that part will be withered. I just hope I'm not wrong because I've checked it twice. Yep, you can see it clearly says that the onion has withered, and I don't know what's the matter with it. This should never have happened, and that is why I was forced to harvest the onions in August itself, which is a good thing. And another good thing is that you can see onions are still in this field. I think it rained over the night, so the rain has not destroyed any of our onions, which is a good thing. And I will be collecting them in the coming December, and we are gonna sell them. The only matter is we'll have to decide so as to should I use the wheel loader or should I use the dedicated onion collector, which will be a bit costly and will also be a slow process when compared to picking the onions using the wheel loader. But the wheel loader will be an unrealistic way to pick the onions and put into the trailer. So we'll see how the things goes. As for the next episode, I think I'm gonna start with the cultivation work in our other two fields. That is the field number 20 and field number 22, for which I will be purchasing a disc harrow. I will be selling my smaller seeder as well as the smaller cultivator. We won't be using them anymore. I will purchase a disc harrow. As for a new planter, since we will be planting the soybeans, We'll see if we will get a decent planter in the used vehicle sale, or I will be purchasing it in the coming planting season, which I think begins from March for soybeans. Well, not March, it begins from April, so we'll wait till then. So, as of now, I hope you guys like this video, and if you do so, then do leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.